Hey everyone, it's Luke here from Up North Collectors, and today I'm doing another little different video here. So I'm just going to be talking about and showing you guys cards that I am sending off to grading. I've started doing pretty much every month I send off a submission to SGC. I have a couple cards I'm going to send to PSA this month as well. Most of it's raw stuff that I picked up or opened that I want to get slabbed up. Some of the stuff I slab because it's just easier to sell that way. Other stuff I slab for long-term hold type things. So there's a couple of different reasons why I do it. I also really enjoy collecting PSA slabs. This time I only have one card that's going to get slabbed for my collection. That's a Brady going to SGC. But let's get into it. As I show you these, I'm going to kind of explain why I'm sending them. So these three don't need too much explanation. These are all my dad's that I am sending off for him to SGC. So Mahomes, Josh Allen, Dunruss, and a Camavinga Sapphire. Now Camavinga just got transferred to Real Madrid, scored in his debut. SGC 10, I'm guessing, would do $300 or $400 in Sapphire. And raw, it's probably an $80 card. You pay $30 to get it slabbed. You end up getting a 10. You do very, very well. Topps Chrome grades pretty well. Sapphire's a little bit tougher. But this card does look really, really clean. So do these two. I would expect 9, 5 to 10s on all of these. All three are super, super good looking. And again, the $30 price point for a Josh Allen rookie, Mahomes rookie, you can't really go wrong with that. And if anything, it just makes it a little easier to sell. Raw stuff is slowly becoming more and more difficult to sell. Raw, high-end stuff, that is. People are buying high-end. They often want it slabbed, even if it's not a great grade, just to know what kind of condition they're buying in. And for soccer, that's especially the case. Soccer, a lot of international buyers buying. They would rather have something slabbed up already so they know what grade it is, and it's tough for them to send stuff to grading from whatever country they may be from, so they'd much rather have it slabbed. So stuff that I'm sending to SGC, I have quite a bit of soccer, one football, and 2 basketball. So I've got a Kareem Adeyemi, Stadium Club Chrome, super clean looking card. This card looks perfect. I don't see anything wrong with this one when I looked over it. I use a little magnifying glass light type thing to look at these, and then I wipe them all down before I send them. So that is kind of the process that I use to examine them and make sure that the surface and stuff doesn't have anything on it before I send. So that one's going. He is doing great for Salzburg. So I'm hoping that he will get transferred at some point. That could do quite well. Conrad De La Fuente. This one I'd be at like a 9 to a 9.5 on SGC. Centering's a little bit off, so that's kind of what I'm guessing. It is numbered out of 75. Serial numbered Merlin stuffed as well, slab, so that should do well. He's on the U.S. team as well, so going into the World Cup qualifying. Musiala. I love Musiala. He's been doing great for Bayern. He's scored in 2 games in a row, which is awesome. So I'm grading a couple of Musiala cards here. So we have the pink X-Fractor and a Jamal Musiala Merlin Silver. So both of those are going. Both of these, again, I think are going to do really well. This one, the centering, again, is just a little off left to right, but honestly is not that bad for Merlin. I think both of these have legitimate shots at 10s. The next 3 are a little bit more high-end. So we've got an Erling Haaland Finest Rookie that I did pick up at a show. All 3 of these I actually picked up at the show. You'll see that in the show vlog later this week when I'm done editing that. But this one looks pretty good. There's some surface interesting things. A couple of small lines. I really don't know how well this is going to do. I figured for $30 it's worth a shot to try to get a good grade. Other than the couple of surface things, it looks perfect. But these finest cards with the just straight shiny background are super, super tough. So I don't know how tough SGC is on that kind of thing. So this is more of an experiment card and one that I just want to get slabbed to hold for the long term. Next 2, LeBron and Kobe. This LeBron looks really, really good. I thought about sending it to PSA, but if it got a PSA 8, I would get killed on it, which I don't think it would, but the centering's a little bit off. There's like a chance, okay, that it could get an 8. I don't think it should, but it could. And I would not do well if I graded it for $150 with PSA. So I'm going to send it to SGC. The price difference in like an SGC 9, PSA 9s do like $1,200. SGC 9s do like $800 to $900. So not too bad of a difference there for the $30 to $150 difference. SGC's turnaround times are still pretty quick, so figured that I'd send that one there. Again, both of these, this one and the Kobe, which I'll talk about in a second, I'm mostly sending. This one I actually think has a shot at a 9.5, 9, probably not a 10, 9.5, 9 though. Kobe, probably 8.5, 9, but they're just so much easier to sell graded. Same kind of thing as the soccer stuff, just very easy to sell graded. Kobe is obviously off-centered, as you can see down here. Both are pretty off. Other than that, the card looks perfect. I did not see anything on it. Corners, edges, surface, all super sharp. Just the centering, I'm guessing a 9, 8.5 for that reason with SGC. Next stuff, we've got a Pepe. This is his Bowman card. Got this in a collection. This one looks perfect. Centering left to right is just a little bit off, but not terrible. I think this is a shot at a 10. All of this stuff I also think is a shot at a 10. We've got a Bellingham Joga Bonito insert, which look amazing. Lukaku Topps Chrome Champions League. A Camavinga X-Fractor, which, again, I love Camavinga, so I'm excited to send that one off and keep that one slabbed. Most of the soccer stuff I'm not just sending there to get back and then sell instantly. 95% of the soccer stuff will be held for a little bit longer period of time. This one's just for the PC. I think this should get a 10. Looks perfect. Brady, the Elite Series. Just a cool card, cool picture, great centering. So I figured I'd send that one. Again, the price point is $30, so not too shabby. Then I've got two cards that are going to be going off to PSA. The first one being Jalen Hurts. So $150 to send this bad boy off. Now the reason why, one, this card looks perfect. I don't see anything on it. There's one like tiny thing, but I really don't. If this didn't get a 10, I'd be a little bit surprised. The autograph is super clean. So I think, and if this gets a PSA 10 and Hertz continues to do what he does, this will be a very, very expensive card. Even if it gets a 9, I'm okay with it. I'll still do well on it. And it just makes sense to send to that $150 price point. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly I get this back with PSA. We will see. But I'm excited to send that one off. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt or just throws 20 interceptions next week or the next couple weeks. Next one is this Pepe. I'm hoping that by the time I get this back from PSA, whatever grade it gets will be the only one in a PSA slab, which would be great for me. I'm guessing PSA 9. That would just be my guess. If it got a 10, I'm hopeful that it'll get a 10, but I'm perfectly fine with a 9 on this one as well. The centering is just a tiny bit off. It's really not too bad. Surface and stuff looks clean. But I would kind of be expecting a 9 on this. So we'll see how these two do. Excited to see how quick PSA's turnaround time is. Good timing for me as they just dropped their pricing. So I'm pumped about that. And then all of this stuff. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards going to SGC, 2 to PSA. So we'll see how all of this stuff does. If you're wondering who I submit cards through, there's 2 people that I'd highly recommend. 502 Frank has a great submission. Doesn't have one as close for SGC right now, so I'm going to send this one myself, I believe. And then the PSA cards, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I've used KK Sports cards in the past. He does an awesome job. But I might send these on my own. We'll see. I'm just not 100% sure yet on what I'm going to do. I think KK was like $170 was his price, which isn't bad. But if I can get it for the $150 and just do the paperwork and stuff myself, I'll probably end up doing that. So that does it for what I'm sending to grading. Stay tuned. Hopefully in about 2 months, I will have all this stuff back and can show it off in these slabs. That'll be a lot of fun to see how that stuff does. And there are kind of my predictions in this video as to what stuff's going to get. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you like this kind of video, let me know. If you have any questions about grading or who to grade through or what I would recommend, or have any comments about what I'm grading, I'd be curious to see what you think about the stuff that I'm sending. I'd love to hear it, so make sure to comment down below. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.